Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lip and it's so lovely to meet you. And if you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. It's always good to see you back. Yes, so thank you. So guys, today's video is going to be about like packing and preparing to come to the UK. I know that September is just around the corner and like lots of people are going to be coming into the UK, especially for like school and all of that. Some of the advice I'm going to be giving might be for like people from Ghana or West Africa or something, but it's going to be also like general advice, so don't go anywhere, just stay tuned and let's get right into the video. Now guys, I made a few like notes on my laptop, so in case you see me like looking down or something, I'm just checking to make sure that I'm seeing all the things that I wanted to see in this video. So yeah, let's get right into the video, guys. The first thing I want to talk about, like I said, for my people coming from Ghana, West Africa and all of that, the first thing is to treat malaria. Like the first thing I want to advise you to do is to treat malaria. So ideally I think you should have treated it like a couple of months before now, and then again right before you move. I mean, I'm not a medical professional or anything, but then I was advised to treat malaria before coming, and honestly it helped. So yeah, the first thing is like as soon as you can, just take the malaria medication, do the dosage, but maybe see a doctor or a physician to know the proper thing to do. But then yeah, take the malaria medication and treat it before you come. And also when you are coming, come along with like malaria medication, guys, because like when I came, I think I had malaria, and I had already treated it before coming, but because I also came with an extra medication, I was able to treat it here. The thing is, well, if I'm wrong, don't come for me, but then I know that the malaria parasites can live in your body, like even though you treated it, like it can still live up to a certain like number of months or something still in your body. So even though you might have treated it or you didn't have malaria before coming, when you come here, you can still get it. So just come along with extra malaria medication. And this is also important because guys, I think on my school group, there was a page for people coming from sub-Saharan Africa, and then I noticed that people were selling the malaria drugs for like ridiculous prices, because I don't know if you can find them here, but I'm led to believe that it's difficult to get malaria medication here. So come with extra malaria medication so that you don't have to like buy from people who were wise enough to bring a lot more at crazy prices, because I don't think malaria drugs are that expensive in Ghana, but the prices they were quoting here, just bring your own and make sure you've already also treated it before coming. That's a lot to say about malaria, but that is a big thing in Africa, like in where we come from. You guys know that. Yeah. The second thing I want to talk about is getting a card. I mean, if you have a bank in Ghana, I had an EcoBank Visa card before coming here, but then using your Ghana Visa card here, the charges are crazy because they have to like convert the currency and all of that. But then one thing that I did that was also very helpful was getting the Stanbic Money wallet. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, Stanbic multi-currency card. But I think it's when you just enter any Stanbic branch and tell them you want Stanbic Money wallet or multi-currency card, I think they should be able to help you out. I've heard that there have been some changes to it, like since the time I got it in now, so I'll not be able to provide you with like accurate information on it, but I think that if you go into any Stanbic branch and ask them about it, they'll be able to help you out. But then when I was coming, when I went to get it, all I needed was to go there with the money that I wanted to put in the account, like in cedis. I had cedis at the time, and then create the account, deposit the money into it. Then on the app, I converted the cedis to pounds, so that I had like pounds on the card, so that I'll be able to use the card like anywhere else in the world. I think there are 4 currencies on it. I think it's the cedi, the dollar, pounds, and I don't know if it was the South African currency or there was one other currency on it, but I only needed the CD and the pound because I deposited my money in CDs and then I'd use it converted it to pounds. Or was there euro on it? I don't remember. Yeah, and the phone that I would have checked on, that's what I'm using to film. Yeah, so yeah, I think now, I mean, I heard later that you can't deposit in CDs anymore or something. You have to like change your money to pounds before you can deposit. I don't know because that's how it was for me when I did it. I was able to deposit my money in CDs. So yeah, just go to any Stanbic branch and find out more information about it. And one more thing about the card, guys, I think it's a very good card because at least you get pounds and you don't have to, you know, be paying for charges every time that you use your card in the UK and all of that. Yeah. But then some people were also giving like negative reviews about it, that if you're trying to withdraw your money, like you go to an ATM and you try to use that card to withdraw your money, the charges are crazy. So I'd advise you that like don't put like all your money on the card. Just put some money so that when you come here, you can use the card for purchases and to do some things, because like the system here is not completely cashless, but it's mostly cashless. So like when you enter the bars and things like that, you know, now be looking for money to pay. Most of the time you just tap your card. When you go to the grocery store, you just tap your card. And one thing about the Stanbic money, the card, the Stanbic card, is that it's also contactless, so you can use it here easily. So yes, I've said enough about it. They are not paying me. So just go there and ask them for more information about it and everything. And then it was very useful to me when I got here because I didn't have a bank account. Like you will not be able to open a bank account like immediately you arrive, so it's good to have, you know, some sort of card, and it's better than your regular like Ghanaian Visa card and all of that. I think I've explained enough. Let's move on. Okay guys, I just want to mention that I'm filming with like natural light and it just keeps doing a madness. Like one time it's cloudy, so I mean if the light keeps changing, just pardon me. Yes, the next thing I want to talk about is like buying your stuff to come, right? The first thing I want to mention, because it's one of the things I actually regret, is the suitcase or the bags that you be coming with, guys. Please, I think you guys might have seen, yeah, I think someone actually like mentioned it and asked me about it, so I'm sure you might have noticed if you've been watching my videos that one of the bags I came with was like a really big suitcase and all of that. But I'm going to advise against getting that bag, because guys, that bag is actually heavy. Like the bag itself weighs about 78 kg, the bag alone, before like putting things in there. And you guys know that when you are traveling, like there's a limit on the weight of the items that you can bring. So that bag actually did me a disservice because it ended up taking like a great percentage of the weight of the things that I was allowed. And then before I had to like pack things into, so I couldn't even utilize the size and everything, because eventually I had to take something out so that would be light enough to go on the aircraft. So what I would advise is to get in fact, like, sorry, you don't even have to get like fancy bags. I think, you know, the Nigerians have a Ghana must go that is like very like strong. The one we have in Ghana, I don't know, most of the ones that we have in Ghana, they are not very, they just tear easily and all of that. If you can find the ones that like the Nigerians have, that jute bag, like the proper strong one, I'd advise you can come with that. You don't have to be too fancy carrying. I mean, you can get a suitcase, but even when you're getting a suitcase, I think you should get the one that is really hollow and like light, not the type that I have, because although it's steady, it's also like very heavy. So you should consider the kind of bags or, you know, packaging that you want to put your things in. Like I'm saying, you can find one suitcase for like your clothes and things like that, but then an additional bag to get might be like the Nigerian Ghana must go bag, the one that's really strong and, you know, can stand the test of time in the course of the flight and people handling your bags and all of that. But then another bag that I got that was actually like really helpful was a duffel bag. I'm going to like try and insert pictures or in this video so that you know what I'm talking about. That duffel bag is like really light, and it had wheels under, so it made it easier to drag. But you don't even need to like necessarily have wheels under, because once you get to the airport you can easily find like the trolleys and then put your stuff on it. So yeah, for most flights I think you're allowed 2 checked baggages. That's like the one that will go into the cargo compartment. So you can get like 1 suitcase, but make sure you're getting something that's light. And then you can also get either the duffel bag or the strong Ghana must go that will be able to stand the test of time. You can also get 2 suitcases, whatever you want, but I just advise you to get bags that are like light so that you can effectively use your weight allowance. Yes. Now also on like buying things and preparing to come, I know that you guys be buying like food items and things to come. For things that have like expiry dates and things like that, perishable things, basically make sure that you're checking the expiry dates of things, because I remember I think my mom bought some curry powder for me when for like genome curry powder sachets, but then when I checked I realized that the expiry date was in like 3 or 4 months or something. But then I knew that I was going to be here for a while, and like what I got was going to probably enough to last me for maybe the year. So we had to return it and get things that had like longer expiry dates and things like that. So be checking for things like that when you're buying like African groceries that you might not find here. And on that same note of buying things, let me just talk about the food aspect briefly. So you definitely find African groceries here. If you've watched like my previous vlogs, I've vlogged going to like show you some of the African stores and some of the things that you can find there. You definitely find African food to buy here, but in the first couple months when you come, it's going to be like a little expensive for you. Like it's going to be expensive because for comparing it to how much you would have bought it in Ghana and buying it here, like it's better to come with a few groceries. I'm not saying like pack everything in Ghana and bring it here, but then it's better to come with some African groceries so that for the first 2-3 months that you might not be able to like afford the groceries here, you have something. So I'm going to leave like a packing list, the packing list that I used when I was coming. I used one from Chidera Peters, although it's like Nigerian, she's Nigerian. I just adapted some of the things that were on the list that would suit me. And I also like found one, that really extensive Excel sheet with a lot of information. And that one was from I got it from like the Indian community, because like I said, I joined like my school's Facebook page and WhatsApp groups and things like that. So I got one, but although it was catered to Indians, I still got a few helpful information from that. So I'm going to try and upload those to maybe like a Google Drive and link it below. So just check the description box for the packing lists, and you can adapt it. But then that's on like packing list. I was trying to talk about that later, but it's okay. So yes, so as you're buying like especially food items, be sure to be checking the expiry dates and all of that. And also like African like food stuff that don't necessarily have expiry dates and things like that, make sure that you're getting like just really dry produce. Like still on the matter of food stuff, I'm sure that you definitely want to bring some African like food stuff. Some of the things that I'd recommend is like maybe your gari, your beans. I also bought like agushi, but I bought like agushi the powdered form, but you can also bring, I think in the powdered form you can compress like a lot, and bring like a lot when it's in the powdered form than when it's in the raw form. So however you prefer, anyway, you can bring like agushi, gari, beans. What else did I bring? You can bring your wache leaves, I bought sowolo leaves. What else did I even bring? I bought like powdered pepper. I bought vivo, I think that's what it's called, like powdered pepper, because it's really spicy. And what did I even bring in here? I bought Tom Brown powder. I bought Hausa cocoa powder. And what else did I bring? I also bought like suya powder, like I mean see, because that's what the Nigerians call it, but kebab powder, yeah, kebab pepper or whatever you want to call it. I also bought what else did I even bring? Things that I liked anyway. Some of the things I wish I had brought was like fancy kinky, because later I found out that people were actually brought fancy kinky, and I wish I had brought that. You can bring like a number of foodstuffs. What you cannot bring is like meat and like fish, like if it's fresh. But yeah, I also bought like dry fish. So yeah, you can also bring like dry fish. I also bought like Kobe, but you have to wrap it well. Basically for the like food stuff, the ones I mentioned earlier, the beans and other things, I think some of these things might be in the list that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. But bring the food stuff that you prefer, that that you eat or you miss when you come to Ghana. You can also bring like fufu, like the powder one. I don't know if you can bring like kondo and cassava dough, because they're a bit wet. Like I didn't bring, I wouldn't advise you to, but you can bring like fancy kinky. You have to just like wrap it well. With the fish, what I did was I wrapped it in aluminium foil, and then I put it in the ziploc bags, the clear ziploc bags. With all the other food items, it's just advisable to put them in like clear ziploc bags in case you are ever stopped to like open your bag and check, so that they can see exactly what it is without you having to go through so much stress. But honestly, nobody stopped me and asked me anything about the items that I was bringing, so I don't know if they actually stop people and check their bags. I think they do, but nobody checked my bag for anything. But yeah, just to be on the safer side, just pack your things in like clear ziploc bags and preferably label them. Yeah, I think that should be it for like food items. I might say some more things about food items. Oh yeah, before I forget, also you're not allowed to bring like oil, like palm oil, but there's a way that you can bring palm oil if you want to. What I did was I canned my palm oil before bringing it, so it's very easy to do. Just go to the Medina market if you are in Accra. Go to the Medina market and go to Nzulezu. Hey, did I just say this? Just go to the Medina market and like look for Nkulenu. So yeah, I just bought my palm oil that I liked and preferred. Went to Nkulenu and then made them can it for me. I think I ended up getting about 3 cans of the palm oil, and it has been really useful. I haven't had to buy palm oil since I came here. Although yeah, so that's one thing that you can do. That's like a tip for you guys. Yeah, so you can can your palm oil when you're packing your food items, like I've already mentioned. Package them in clear ziploc bags and label them and all of that. Bring the food items that you can, but I'm going to also see if I can find a list of the things that you cannot bring. So like meat, fresh, like yeah, it's basically just like meat and fish, and then like the palm oil, if it's in like a bottle and all those things, you'll not be allowed to bring it. Let me just check to make sure that this thing is recording. I think I've touched on like some of the things that you can bring and things that you can bring. I'm going to leave like links for you to also like read and know exactly those things in the description box. But if you have any questions so far, just leave them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. I always reply like all of my comments and all of that, so that shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, those are like mainly on like food stuff. The other thing that I know that people will be buying are like clothes and all of that. So my advice for you is that don't bring like your summer clothes. Like don't bring the clothes that you wear every day in Ghana, because in the first few months they might not be very useful to you here. Definitely bring clothes, because you don't want to come here and not have anything to wear. But then what I'd advise you to get are like sweaters or jumpers, like the knit sweaters and jumpers and things like that, because if you are going to be coming in September, it's going to be cold for you. Like although it might not be like freezing, it will still be cold, because compared to the temperatures we are used to in Ghana, that's like 25, 27, 30 degrees, and you come here, it's probably going to be around maybe 15, 17, around that, and it's going to get colder. And when you come, you might not, like I'm saying, using your like the cedi, converting the cedi to pounds to now buy winter clothing here is going to be very expensive for you. So you might want to find like sweaters or jumpers, hoodies and things like that, to pack. But then the downside about those things is that they tend to be like bulky and heavy and tend to take up space in your suitcase or in your luggage. So you might not want to get like too many of those things, but just get about enough. Maybe if you can get like 2-3 sweaters, hoodies, jeans, you don't want to come here with like shorts and short skirts and all of that. You can come with dresses. I mean, it depends on your style and the kind of things you like to wear. I prefer to wear like trousers and tops. So yeah, just get a few pairs of jeans, trousers, because you're going to want to like cover your body most of the time because of the cold and all of that. So yeah, get like a few pairs of trousers, shirts, like things that are long sleeved and all of that, but not so many, but enough to last you like the first maybe 2-3 months before you maybe start working. If you like want to work and start making money, using your money to buy those things here, sure, you can get them for cheap, but initially when you come here, it will not look cheap to you because the dollar and the cedi, they are like going crazy right now. So I mean, the pound and the cedi, yeah, you get it. For shoes, you want to get like a couple pairs of sneakers, maybe loafers. You don't want to be bringing like sandals and slippers because those first few months you'll not be able to wear them. So you might want to come with like loafers or sneakers and things like that. But that one to not too much because you are working with the baggage allowance and all of that. So that's mainly it for clothes. You can bring your African wears, but not too much because you hardly wear it except maybe to church. The last thing I want to talk about is jackets. I think that you don't need to buy like 2, 3, 4 jackets, like winter jackets, the puffer jackets and things in Ghana before you come. I think it's important to have at least one jacket, at least one. You can get 2 because those things tend to be bulky and take up space in your luggage. So it's important to get like one really good heavy jacket to help you through the first few months when you come. So yeah, I think you can find some if you go to like Accra, Kumasi, wherever you are. If you go to the market, just look for one that is really like heavy. And one tip, you don't have to even pack it into your luggage, just hold it, like have it on you when you're boarding the flight, because immediately you land here you'd want to put it on. So yeah, just get one really good heavy winter jacket or 2 if you want, because those things can be very expensive. I mean, when I go here right now, they are running sales on some things and all of that, but then you enter even Primark, that we keep saying like things are less expensive. I think right now Primark, if you want like a proper winter jacket, you're not going to pay anything less than 20 or 30 pounds for it. So if you can find one that would be very good back home, just get it, and the price is like less, get it. And yeah, that should be it for like clothing and all of that. Like I said, if there's something I missed or you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment section. I'm going to be replying you. So guys, the final thing I want to talk about is maybe the last 2 things I want to talk about is like booking your flights. Honestly, you should have like already been booking your flights by now, because they are going to get like way more expensive as the time gets closer. In September it's like peak period, so prices are going to be crazy. So book your flights like as soon as you can. Seriously, try and get your flights booked as soon as you can to prevent the really crazy price. If you wait till the last minute, I understand that maybe some people might still be waiting for their visas and all of that, but immediately you get it, just get on there and book your flights and all of that. I just wanted to mention one other thing about the flights. I know that Qatar Airways is I think it's a relatively good airline, and they have like really good deals, and I think they also have a student discount. So for if you are coming to the UK as a student, you can get a discount. I think it's about 10% discount or so, and you also get a free luggage, like a free checked bag. So that's a good deal. they are not sponsoring me. It's just something that I found out that I want to share with you guys. So yeah, with Qatar Airways you can get a student discount and free like extra luggage, so one like extra 23 kg bag. So you might want to check that out. Just go to their website and look for student discount, or just go to the internet, go to Google, search Qatar student discount or something like that. You find all the information that you need. I think what you need is like your letter, acceptance letter, or offer letter from the university to be able to book the flight and take advantage of that. I'm going to be talking about taking advantage of student discounts and all of that probably in another video, but yeah, that is one thing that you might want to take advantage of, and book your flights as soon as possible. The final thing I want to talk about as you're preparing to come is figuring out your commute from the airport to wherever you are staying, or to your uni, or all of that. For my university, Cranfield University, they had a airport pickup service that you could book with the university, so that to be able to book those things, you need to know like the time that you'll be arriving in the UK, the flight you're coming with, and all of that. So most of the time you cannot book that service until after you've booked your ticket and all of that. So once you know the time that you are coming, time you'll be landing and all that, if your university, you can check with your school, write to them if they have any sort of service like that, any airport pickup service. Is going to save your life because like taxi prices are crazy. Even Uber, like that's one of the like crazy things in the UK. Taxi, Uber, Bolt prices are crazy. You don't want to be paying like £100 for taxi when you're just coming into the UK, and it is possible, trust me. So yeah, you want to like start figuring out what your commute from the airport to your school or your accommodation is going to look like right now. So yeah, you can find out from your uni if they have any sort of pickup service. My university, like they were going to take you wherever it is that you're staying. They'll pick you up from the airport and drop you off at your accommodation or wherever it is that you're staying, even if you're not on campus. So find out if there's something like that. It was free. It's a free service. It's part of your fees. So yeah, if there's something like that, you might really want to take advantage of it. But if there's not, and if you are booking with Amber students, like if you book your accommodation with Amber students, I think it's one of the services that you can book for, the airport pickup service. I don't know if you can book for it if you have not booked accommodation with them, but then you can always find out from the Amber Students website. I'm going to be leaving my link to the website in the caption. Caption, that's what's called, right, in the description box. So just click on it, go to the website and check it out. And if you haven't booked your accommodation, please, like, you shouldn't be wasting time. September is just like 2 days away. So yeah, you should get on it immediately. Like, I'm sure by now most of the accommodations are fully booked, but you can find something. Don't give up. Just head to the description box, click on the link, go to Amber Students website and try and find the accommodation. If you don't do it quickly, you might be left with like the really expensive accommodation and you need a place to stay, so you might have no choice but to like take it. But then yeah, if it's possible to book the Amber Students airport pickup service, go ahead and book it, because you want to really have that thing sorted out. Another option that you can use in case you don't have like any of these sorts of pickup services from the airport and all of that is to book coach tickets or train tickets, because like I said, taxi prices are crazy, so you want to be using like public transportation. But I wouldn't even advise for train tickets, because like with a train, if you're coming with like 2-3 bags and all of that, it's going to be kind of a hassle trying to get into the train with all your bags and all of that. You can still do it, but then I'd advise you to go for a coach, because with that one, most of the time the coach is going from one place to the last stop, even if you have to like transfer, because they're going to be keeping your luggage in like the luggage compartment and all of that. Like, I just feel like the hassle is going to be less. So I'd advise to book a coach, I think you can just go on the National Express website. I'm going to be leaving the link in the description box, and try and find coach from like the airports to your city or something like that, and check the prices. You can get a coach card if you're a student, like so that you get a student discount on your coach fare on the fares and all of that. So I think by now, if you've like paid your deposit and you received your cards and everything, you should be able to take advantage of like your student discounts and things like that. I think I remember for my uni, I could download uni days and get verified with uni days so that I could get access to like a lot of the discounts and all of that. You can I once you go to uni days and try to get verified, they will ask you for your email address or your student number or something. I mean, there's a way, I don't really remember it right now, but just download the uni days app and follow the prompts. It might take you to like your institution page, which you should have access to if you've been accepted and all of that, so that you're able to log in and get verified as a student. I mean, there's a whole process. Maybe I'd like try and find out, like I'll try and go back and see what the process is like, and maybe share with you guys if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, once you get verified as a student, you can use your student account or your student privileges, such as getting the coach card so that it will reduce your coach tickets, or your getting the national rail card so that will reduce your train tickets if you are going to be using the train. So yes, that's the last thing I want to talk about. Just like make sure that you have a plan for when you land, how you are going to get your accommodation, because if you say you are going to book taxi or Uber, you're going to spend a lot of money. So start figuring that out now and as soon as possible. I believe I've like covered all the bases that I wanted to today. And in this video, like I've already mentioned, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section. I'm going to be very active on replying and all of that. Yes, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you picked up a thing or two from it, and don't forget to like this video, share with other people that you know are coming to the UK, share with your friends, and leave a comment, ask your questions in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.